Allah, the Almighty, Rabbul Alameen, our Creator, says in the Quran, وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِي فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكًا وَنَحْشُرُهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ أَعْمَى. And whoever turns away from my remembrance, for him he will have a depressed life, or a difficult life, and he'll be raised on the day of resurrection blind. Subhanallah, that verse is in Surah Taha. My name is Muhammad. I completed my memorization of the Quran at age 12. During high school, I got average grades, to some even below average. And after completing high school, I got rejected by every college and university that I applied to. Deciding to turn that all around at 19, I graduated cum laude from an Islamic institution here in Cape Town, South Africa, after studying Islamic studies full-time for 1 year, and as of early 2025, I am a computer science major at the University of Cape Town. In case you were interested to know who I am and why you might be interested in listening to me, inshallah, that introduction can help you make that decision. SubhanAllah, I feel like many of us have heard this saying or this statement or this even fact about life. And for those who haven't, I'll share it with you now, that comfortability is the enemy of growth. Comfortability is the enemy of improvement. Right? Because subhanAllah, whether you've heard that or not, I feel like many of us, if you reflect, you have first person accounts of this being the reality of things, right? That when you are okay being in a certain place in regards to a certain aspect of your life, right? SubhanAllah. We can take a simple example, like maybe your physical improvement or your physical growth, right? How you look on a physical level, right? SubhanAllah. As soon as you become okay with how you look, that's when it becomes a bit harder to continue training, right? Continue exercising. That's when it becomes a little bit harder to stick to that diet, because you become okay, right? And subhanAllah, we can use many different aspects of life. Is when you're sort of settling and you become comfortable in a certain aspect of your life, that's when you stop growing in general, right? It's not always the case per se, but subhanAllah, most of the time, I speak from experience. So subhanAllah, I just and I guess I want to share as well that, a long time ago I had this thought of subhanAllah, Shaitan is constantly nagging at us, right? He's constantly whispering to us. He never ever stops. He's subhanAllah, his literal purpose is to guide us away from the straight path. And yeah, he's not necessarily bound by time, right? Astaghfirullah, I don't mean in a sense of like he's infinite and eternal, but in terms of like I'm saying like he doesn't sleep necessarily, you know what I mean? And in the morning, afternoon, night, middle of the night, early morning, subhanAllah, he's there. And the point being, I had this thought of, if Shaitan is constantly whispering and we are not constantly sort of improving and being conscious and trying to grow ourselves on a spiritual level, I feel like being in that state of almost like being still and not growing, in actual fact we are slowly falling on a spiritual level in terms of our spirituality. Because if Shaitan is constantly nagging, it's like pulling. If Shaitan is constantly pulling and we're not on the other side, subhanAllah, engaging in ibadah and trying to learn and trying to improve, figuratively speaking, pulling back the other way, then eventually, no matter how slow Shaitan is pulling, eventually he's gonna pull you, and eventually you're gonna be led in a certain direction. So subhanAllah, I just think when things are going easy and alhamdulillah, Allah is making your life easy, and it feels like there's minimal hardships happening in your life, I think it's very important to still be conscious of Allah in times like that. And I mean, we know about this and we've heard of this and might have even experienced this, that subhanallah, when things are difficult, we want to crawl to Allah, we want to cry by Allah. And alhamdulillah, I think that is very good and necessary, right, to actually have Allah be the one that you go to. But what I was getting at is that subhanallah, when things are easy, then we forget, astaghfirullah, and we forget about Allah, right? Because what do we need Him for, right? Life's going smooth, life's going good, subhanallah, so that being said, I want to remind myself and whoever's watching this that alhamdulillah, when things in life are going to plan, let's say, and there's not a lot of resistance happening in life at the moment, remember to take an opportunity, remember to be forever grateful, subhanallah, that I mentioned in a previous video, the importance of just being thankful to Allah. That always helps as well, because that allows you to be conscious. And I think this video is almost mixing the video where I spoke about being thankful to Allah, and then I think the video before this speaking about remembering Allah, connecting all of that, subhanallah, in times where life is feeling easy. Make sure that you do that. You're remembering Allah, you're being conscious, and you're also being grateful to Allah. Because subhanallah, tough times are going to come again. Hardships is going to come again. You're going to be tested again. You're going to go through some sort of challenge in your life again, no matter what form it might take. So subhanallah, building up that genuine gratitude makes it so that you'll be ready when it comes again. Subhanallah, don't indulge and sort of be too consumed by the easy times, because subhanallah, because the hard times are going to hit you hard when it comes again, and it's going to come again. So subhanallah, be grateful, remember Allah in easy times, and inshallah, for those of us maybe not experiencing the best of times and going through whatever sort of challenge that you're going through, subhanallah, remember, I mean, this is a video for another day, but subhanallah, tough times are never forever. You don't need to take my word for it. Reflect on your own life. SubhanAllah, there's been times where you thought, how am I getting out of this? And you got out of it, So SubhanAllah, may Allah guide and protect us and make things easy for us, inshallah, so that we may dedicate our time and efforts for the sake of pleasing Allah, inshallah.